King Midas ruled the land of Phrygia. He was a wealthy king. Midas loved gold more than anything else. He filled his palace with gold. He spent his days counting his riches. Midas was obsessed. Midas was never satisfied. He always wanted more. He believed that gold was the answer to everything. He thought gold could buy him happiness. Midas's obsession with gold blinded him. He failed to see the value in other things. He neglected his family and his kingdom. He forgot about the simple joys of life. One day, a satyr named Silenus got lost. Silenus was a friend of Dionysus, the god of wine. Midas found Silenus wandering in his gardens. Midas treated Silenus kindly. He offered him food and shelter. Silenus was grateful for Midas's hospitality. He told Midas that he would grant him a wish. Midas did not hesitate. He wished for the golden touch. He wanted everything he touched to turn to gold. Silenus warned Midas about the dangers of his wish, but Midas was too blinded by greed to listen. Dionysus granted Midas his wish. Midas was overjoyed. He ran around his palace, touching everything in sight. He turned flowers, furniture, and even food into gold. Midas sat down to a grand feast. He wanted to enjoy his golden touch. He reached for a goblet of wine. It turned to gold in his hand. He picked up a juicy apple. It too turned to gold. Midas tried to eat, but everything he touched turned to gold. The food became inedible. The wine became undrinkable. Midas felt a pang of hunger. He realized he couldn't eat his gold. He called out for his daughter. Midas's daughter ran to him. She was worried about her father. Midas reached out to hug his beloved daughter. As soon as Midas touched her, she turned to gold. His daughter was frozen. She was a lifeless golden statue. Midas was horrified. He realized the true cost of his greed. His golden touch was not a gift, it was a curse. He had lost everything he loved. Midas roamed his palace. He was surrounded by gold, but he had never felt so poor. He longed to feel his daughter's embrace. He yearned for the taste of food and the warmth of human touch. Midas went back to Silenus. He begged him to take back the golden touch. He pleaded for forgiveness. He realized the error of his ways. Silenus took pity on Midas. He told him to go to the river Pactolus. He instructed him to wash himself in its waters. Silenus said the river would cleanse him of the golden touch. Section 6. The Waters of Pactolus and Midas's Redemption. Midas rushed to the river Pactolus. He jumped into its flowing waters. He felt a strange sensation. It was as if the river was washing away his greed. Midas watched as the golden touch flowed from his body. It entered the river. The sands of the river shimmered. They were filled with gold. Midas returned to his palace. He was a changed man. He had learned a valuable lesson. He realized that greed only brought sorrow. He vowed to be a better king. He would value his people and his kingdom above all else. Section 7. Echoes of Midas. Greed in other myths. The story of King Midas is a cautionary tale. It warns us about the dangers of greed. Midas's desire for gold led to his downfall. He lost everything he held dear. Other myths echo the tale of King Midas. There's the story of Pandora's box, where curiosity and the desire for forbidden knowledge unleash chaos upon the world. We also have the myth of Tantalus, condemned to eternal hunger and thirst in the underworld for his transgressions against the gods. Each story emphasizes the importance of balance and the dangers of unchecked desire. Section 8. The enduring power of a cautionary tale. The story of King Midas has resonated for centuries. It is a story that transcends time and culture. The themes of greed, loss, and redemption are universal. The tale of King Midas continues to teach us valuable lessons. It reminds us that true happiness comes from within. It reminds us to appreciate the simple things in life. It reminds us that greed can have devastating consequences. The story of King Midas is a story that stays with us. It is a story that makes us think about our own lives. It is a story that reminds us to be careful what we wish for. Section 9. Beyond the gold, finding true value. The tale of King Midas is not just about the perils of wealth, it's about the importance of recognizing true value. While Midas fixated on gold, he overlooked the worth of love, family, and simple pleasures. His transformation reminds us to look beyond superficial desires. True happiness, the story suggests, lies in cherishing relationships, showing kindness, and experiencing gratitude for the world around us. As we navigate our own paths, let's remember King Midas and his golden touch. May his story guide us towards seeking fulfillment in the things that truly matter, reminding us that the most precious things in life are often priceless.